Today, we're at the Elishar Museum as Tyree Guyton is getting ready to present his traveling exhibit, the 40th anniversary of the Heidelberg Project.
Well, it's 40 years in the hood.
Okay.
Yeah, so 40 years we have been on this incredible journey.
Well, welcome to Jackson. Thanks for bringing your exhibit here. So the exhibit, how do you decide? Because the Heidelberg Project is building after building after block. How do you decide? How do you can represent what the Heidelberg Project is in pieces?
Well, it's kind of like life. You learn to listen to it, and you understand that pieces. It's like a puzzle. But what I did, I came here to look at the space, and the space spoke to me, and what I heard is what you're looking at.
Well, one of the things I remember is the clocks and the dots. Those seem to be pretty powerful pieces of just about all of the Heidelberg Project. What do those mean? Why are they so much a part of all of your art?
Plato said time is the moving image of reality. So the Heidelberg Project is my reality. And then you mentioned about the dots. Everything in the universe is connected to spirit law. Everything.
Has this been a labor of love from your growing up years on Heidelberg Street?
I would say yes. Labor of love, and in the music of Stevie Wonder, he says that all things is fair in love.
You had a lot of opposition over the years, particularly in the early years as you were building the project, from other people in the city. How did you survive that, those periods of time where literally bulldozers came to tear down pieces of your art?
I love it now because I've come to understand no pain, no gain. And in this life, you must pay a price.
You're stepping away from really having the Heidelberg Project as a physical institution of the city of Detroit and taking it on the road. What's that step in that evolution? How does that come about?
Well, 40 years has prepared me to say, well, it's time to open up some new doors. It's time to break it up and to put it in museums like the Elishar Museum here and give people a chance who have not been to Detroit to come to see this show, and hopefully it will stimulate them to come to the city of Detroit to see the Heidelberg Project.
Why Jackson? How did you pick Elishar Museum?
Well, why not Jackson? And then I met these great folks who came and invited me, and I would say that we have a great relationship here. I believe in this museum, and they believe in me, and so here we are.
A lot of your art is huge. It's on a big scale. Whole houses.
Yes.
It's got to be very physically taxing.
Oh, I tell you, when you find your passion, you'll never work another day in your life. Go big or go home.
When you were growing up on that street, there were blocks around you that were being slated for demolition. Were you thinking that, well, if I made some art out of my neighborhood, it would save it from being torn down?
Well, I believe that if you build something and you give people a reason to come, I did that. And then you can talk about what's possible. And so what was happening around me, the Heidelberg Project, as I stand here talking to you guys today, it's a medicine. I think the best way to change your environment is to use art as a medicine to change the environment.
You've been honored with a lot of awards and honors all throughout, really, Detroit primarily, the whole state, and now the country. Do you feel like it needed 40 years to develop and percolate in order for it to exist as it is today?
I would say I needed it because this has been a 40-year journey. It's kind of like the children of Israel when they was wandering into the wilderness. I've been studying the book of Genesis to understand that, comparing it to my life. And so the 40 years has taken me to a place in my mind and my intellect where I understand the power of art and what it can do.
I know you get this question because I'm your age, and I get this question too. It's like, when are you going to stop? What's the next chapter? What happens after Tyree?
I'm going to stop when I'm dead, but spirit never dies, and I'm pretty sure that someone else is going to kind of take the baton and keep Heidelbergology going that way. And as I started talking to you, see, we have a vision of what Heidelbergology is going to become, the future of this project.
And it's not just Detroit. You are planting Heidelberg seeds in other parts of the country.
I've been traveling all over the world creating Heidelbergology. It's my way of taking the message around the world and saying to the world, look at us now.
I've always been curious as to the name Heidelberg as it relates to the street name. What is the history of that? How did that little street in Detroit get a name like Heidelberg?
Well, Heidelberg is an old German neighborhood. When my grandparents and them all migrated here, there was a lot of German folks living there. And so you have Heidelberg, you have Berlin Street and Elba and so forth, and it goes on and on. And I've been to Heidelberg, Germany, twice. It's a great city, beautiful city, great university there, and I had a great time.
Do they know that they have a namesake art neighborhood in Detroit?
Oh, we got so many folks from Germany to come. Once again, it's an old German neighborhood, and so word of mouth. And so we get, every week when I'm there working, I get people from Germany, all over the world that come there. Yeah.
You probably have a difficult time answering this question. It's like asking, who's your favorite child, but is there a piece or a portion of the project that's your favorite?
I would have to say my Grandpa Sam Mackey, who, because of him, I went to art school. He gave me a paintbrush when I was a kid, and I just knew. So it would have to be him and his artwork, and him who, it's because of him that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
So after school, you went to the Army. Did you think this was going to be your future? Was it going to be art, or were you?
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it as a kid I was going to be an artist because I was crazy enough to believe it. Yeah, so I knew it, right? And I just been fortunate enough to follow my dream. Yeah, so I knew it.
Well, I know you would love to have a lot of people come visit the Ellis Sharp Museum while the exhibit is here. For someone that's never heard of the Heidelberg project, how do you describe it? I guess, what's the sales pitch?
I would say to people, you have to put on you have to visualize it, and you have to come and see this outdoor, open air classroom, my classroom, a museum. It's wacky, it's crazy as hell, and you should come and see it.
Well, when I bumped into you on Heidelberg Street that one day, I was shocked that you were standing on the street among just people looking at your art, but I heard later that that's something that you typically do. That's where people can often find you.
Well, sometimes it depends. A lot of times I don't tell people that I'm Tyree, because I'm out there working. Right. But that was your lucky day.
It was.
Yeah, that was my lucky day too. You come, I'm there. Yeah, and be careful what you say. You come in there and kind of in your mind, you wanting to see Tyree, boom, I popped up.
Yeah. Well, today's my lucky day too. So,
hallelujah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming to Jackson.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time today.
Thanks a lot, my friend.